like give some people space.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if anybody else is going to join today's call. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to create a new topic for today. Well, we're almost at the end of the month. Goes by so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So for today, on today's agenda, we're going to reveal the, I want to say demographic questionnaire, but I don't know if that's the right way to put it. That's the right way to describe it.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
From the topics that I've seen or heard of that are on it, sounds like it's about that.
Okay.
Oh shoot, thank you.
Yeah. And talk about the mental health event that's happening every last Thursday of the month. So it's going to be not this week, but the following up. So this is the questions that we kind of brainstorm on. And I put over here what we talked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Anna.
Hello.
How are you?
Ah, I am a hangover.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was at a friend's wedding yesterday and I slept all day and I'm not feeling well yet.
Oh,
So, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been very busy since last week, and I don't think this week's gonna be different.
Okay.
Just trying to get
But
everything
but
done.
but sometimes it's okay to be busy because you're productive.
Yeah. I hope at some point I can slow down.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah. It sounds that your weekend was exciting then, but I don't know. My personal experience, I don't like to be hangover.
Mm-hmm.
Neither, because I drink very rarely. I don't know, or on New Year's Eve or on my birthday, but that's it, two times or three times per year. But that's why, because I hate this mood.
Yeah, I don't drink either. I can't drink.
Okay, so sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no problem. You're good. We can do a check-in. So I put for today's agenda, review the demographic questionnaire and talk about the mental health event. So last Monday, we brainstormed some of the questions. Earlier today, I talked to Aloysius about the gender identity questions.
Okay,
And
that's great.
yeah, we came up with these ones. but we still want to talk to Morgan and have their opinion too around it and see what they think. Also, I don't know if we want to put like all this information before the question to kind of explain where we're coming from, or if we just assume the folks know,
I think
or we just ask like,
everybody. I think everybody know, right?
Mm. Well, no, I don't think that I kind of like the idea of having a little bit of a thing around it. I think that the more I've spoken to contributors in different countries, the more I realize that like people are liberated at different degrees around gender and stuff. Like when I speak to contributors out of Egypt, where they're like under a lot of like fascism, they really don't know a lot about gender if they're not like born a male and operating under that. There's a lot of people over there that like don't have any language for a lot of this. Like some of the queer terminology are like words they've never heard before. So I feel like some degree having like things around this and not assuming that everybody knows that there's delineations between these things or like what they mean when we're asking or etc. Like I feel like it still could be good to have some sort of like this is why
yeah,
we're here. Hmm.
I don't think everybody knows the difference between sex, gender identity, and sexual orientation. I don't think everybody knows the difference.
Yep. Yeah, that's like and a lot of people working through gender and their identity or whatever, those are like those come in waves throughout your life of kind of like picking those apart or like coming like if you come out assigned a certain gender at birth and you look the part, you walk the part and you're straight or whatever, like a lot of this stuff is going to go right over your head and you could be like subject to being like accidentally ableist if you're unaware of certain things and you're communicating with other people who are outside of your demographic. Like, yeah, it seems informative raising people's awareness to try to get them up on like a similar page to like these are all the complexities at play here.
Yeah. We can even put like before and explain like for this research.
Okay, then let's put the explanation.
For this research we are only asking about the gender identity.
Okay. So yeah, and then for sex we can like list all the things or whatever, or not for yeah, for sexual orientation or whatever, we can list like all the things and people can kind of like see which ones are there. But we're not making it like mandatory maybe to like know that person's sexual orientation, just like delineating that there are differences between these things.
You
I
mean
ask
like
questions. I'm sorry. I'm like, my questions are weird. They sound like statements. They don't really have exclamation points at the end. I'm sorry. Am I speaking weird?
I'm sorry. You're asking like if we are gonna ask on each of them?
Yeah. Are we asking for people to give feedback on each of them or
Yeah, I think just the gender identity is enough.
okay. And
Yeah.
then providing the list of sexual identities for people to like see also so that they may begin to identify if they haven't already themselves on like
Maybe we
these
can
three
put a
spectrums.
link.
Do what?
Maybe we can put a link if they wanna get into that more?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Because
It could
it's
be a
not
link,
like
it could be a graphic.
because it's not like the focus of the research, you know what I mean? Like we want to be careful about this topic because we see how important it is and how it affects us as
Yeah.
individuals.
That's why I think listing out somewhere the different things is like helpful. It could just be a link to an alphabetical sheet that has a bunch of them listed on it. But like I didn't know that asexual was a sexual identity that some people hold and have to make sense of from like young childhood through a hypersexualized culture. So it's like some people don't even have sex, like that's not their thing. For whatever reason, it's like not their shit. Not everybody does it. And the fact that I didn't know that that was an option tells me that other people don't know that that's a reality they're allowed to have. So this is about being like a permissionary too, being like, hey, you have permission to like be any of these things.
Mm-hmm. But I wonder, even if we put a link, if they're gonna get out of the survey and leave the survey, and like don't finish it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a a list or a commaed list, or it's just like a paragraph of all the words in alphabetical order or something that are like there so people can like look at it
Okay.
and see it might be helpful. I feel like I feel like for tending to mental health, like providing the most resources when we're able to like speak about things is like a way we can be providing care. Because I know people's like sexual and gender identity shifts across the spectrum of their lifetime. Um, and like that's something I found from people who are not necessarily straight, who have slowly settled
Mm.
into like where their truth is over time.
Where can we find that list?
All over the internet. I'm gonna make one.
All
By
right.
the end of the day today, you'll have a list in alphabetical order of all the possibilities
Awesome.
for gender
That sounds great.
identity and sexual identity. Just to
Okay.
filter through that.
All right. Thanks for doing that. Thank you for your time doing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think this is an important topic and we do need to be careful. The way that we talked about it. Yeah. So we have this and also like how many DAOs do you participate in? And like
Mhm.
A0, B1, C2, D3 to 4, E5 plus. What's your age? A15 to 18. Here, they're gonna say that he would see the range of age on survey.
Mm, sort of like maturity levels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Western culture has a weird thing we do about like adult and age and maturity. So I could totally see why their goddess is like, hey, I want to do this one.
yeah.
It's trying to decolonize these like age groupings that we have where there's biases in them. Yup.
Yeah. Because also like in DAOs, we don't know how young people we have.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't know if we put like under 18, you know.
Yeah.
So he said he would see about it. I don't know. Sometimes he
19 to
come
20.
late to this call. Let's see if he will show up.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
also like shooting him a message too. I know sometimes he has a hard time going from one thing to another.
yeah. And what country are you from? And I think this we can, just leave a box open and people can type in. What is your educational level? Here, also he said, to put like some information. The first thing he thought was self-taught. But there are
Mhm.
things like high school level, I don't know if you say high school degree or high school level.
Yeah, there's like high school, and then there's also technical schools, and then there's also like trade schools. I feel like technical and trade are similar, but it depends on which country you're like talking about these things. But for some reason, we have technical and trade schools listed as separate things with their own terminology. I don't know what that's all about. I'm mostly self-taught and have been certified at like other places for things, but
Let's see.
college or post-secondary school, or I don't know. Ah, there we go.
Some high school, high
Yep.
school, bachelor's degree, trade school. I don't know trade school.
So that's learning a trade or a skill, maybe woodworking, maybe
Mm,
to be like a boat mechanic or a diver, a scuba diver. Those are trade schools.
got
They
it.
teach like an industry trade. I mean, that could be like culinary school too. It might be considered a trade school as opposed to like college. That question that they had up there with those answers, along with like self-taught, seems like a pretty good shake.
Let's see in other ones what they say.
Mm-hmm.
No schooling completed. Nursery school.
Oh, some college credit, no degree. That's smart. I've got that.
Professional degree. Third degree. Yeah, I think we can mix it up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just take kind of a little bit of everything you like and throw it together and make a cocktail of what seems the most inclusive.
All right. Let's see how it comes. So I'm gonna put like some high school, then high school. Oops. Anna, any thoughts on it? Anna. This is gonna be a long list. H. Okay, maybe. Where was I? Okay.
Sorry for the delay. What were you asking?
I ask if you have any.
I was reading something. I was reading something, and I thought that my mic is on, and I speak to myself. So yeah,
It's okay.
can you repeat the question?
I ask if you have any thoughts on it.
On this question about the
Mhm.
education level?
Yeah,
Mm,
no degree, some college credit, no degree.
I don't understand the last one. Prefer not to say. Why?
It's
Shame.
don't want to answer.
Because we don't know your name, so we can't trigger you on the street or something, or neither or on internet. So why?
Sometimes I just don't want to say.
But is this option available in other surveys or questionnaires?
Yeah, there's always an
Almost always.
like,
Always. Okay, cool. I didn't know
Almost, yeah.
that.
yeah.
When it is, it's even more upsetting. When it forces you to choose one of the options that you haven't completed, that's when it's like upsetting. Because what if somebody hasn't completed any of those and maybe like not graduating wasn't one of the options, but it's like, did you graduate high school? Did you graduate college? And it's like, if I didn't do any of those and there's not an option to choose that, then I'm kind of stuck. So it's allowing people an option to not be stuck based on wherever they're at, meeting them
Yeah.
where they're at. I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you for the info.
I gotta say, man, I'm in the United States and we are triggered by everything. We are sensitive. This is a fragile, fragile place. Everybody's walking around, drink it up, buttercup, acting tough. And it's like everybody is faking it till they make it here. It is so absurd how fake everyone is in the United States and how unwell we really are.
I believe you.
I
Okay.
have to agree.
We're messy, y'all. We're messy.
I lived there for 2 years. It's insane sometimes. How like even some people that I consider like some of the best people that I ever met, they don't even talk to me nowadays. And it's
Why?
like I don't even know why. They just like stop talking to me. I'm like, all right, awesome.
Weird.
It's just fake. Like some people are just really fake. Should we put an associate degree? I feel that we have a lot. Self-taught, some high school, some college credit, no degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree. There's also like under degree, like right? I don't know.
What do you
PhD.
mean by under
Under
degree?
degree because it's very American actually.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's why I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's because we didn't actually finish,
Only-
so we like make this kind of thing that's like close to it. No.
It's very American. When you get a degree, but you can't really practice it, so you need to get a certificate.
Uh-huh. Okay. I
Like
understand now.
for us who do psychology,
Mm-hmm.
if we just do psychology on college, we would get like an under degree. We wouldn't be able to be licensed after.
Yeah, yeah, I know this.
We would have to get masters or a specific kind of.
You have to achieve a certain level of status in society in order to be given the autonomy to do these things. That's kind of the nuance. Is you have to pay into something so much before you're allowed to.
Yeah, that's at least it's my understanding of the under degree. Am I right, Aloysius?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
thought
Yeah.
you, Bianca,
Huh?
I thought you were talking about a certified by the College of Psychologists for free practice.
No, I was giving an example of the under degree,
Uh-huh. Okay, cool.
how it works to have like an
Okay.
under degree school level.
Okay, great.
So you can't like if you do whatever in school, if you do like history in college, you can't become a history teacher. You need to get a certification after you're done. It's very hard to get like any degree in America.
Mhm.
It's a lot of
Yep.
money too. It's like an industry.
It's a scam under colonization to keep
Totally,
people who are spiritually inclined to do things to make it so they have to buy in to do them.
totally a scam.
Healers used to be healers, and that was that. And we trusted people who went on their gut and learned these things. And now we've like created systems where only certain people get to do it, and you have to have money if you want to even be able to help people. Ugh, gross.
I think we
I'm
got
not.
every level, right? Is it right? Are we forgetting anything?
Let me read it without you talking at me for a second. That looks good.
Okay.
Maybe after high school, you could write high school diploma, or what is your right? 'Cause that's the thing that comes from that, or no? I don't know if that's too much. You say some high school and high school because we have
Completed high
bachelor's
school?
degree. We have bachelor's degree, so it's not just saying like bachelor's. They also say degree. So high school, maybe it's high school diploma.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because we're kind of talking about like degrees and at which level in each one. That feels good to me.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Would you
this
like me to ping the goddess and just be like, "Hey, did you want to work on the ages a little bit more for the survey?" Like just to be like,
um yeah, sure.
just
Yeah,
send them
if you
this week.
don't mind.
Yeah, no, of course.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this one too we can leave it open. What was the primary language spoken in your childhood home? Right?
Oh yeah. I had a question about that. We've
Uh-huh.
got like, what did you speak when you were young or in your home, and then what do you speak now? Is there any desire to know like how many languages in general do you speak? You know, like is that one like zero? Like I only speak the language I was born into, or I'm bilingual, or I speak more than two languages. I don't know if that's a thing that you want to know. Honestly, I think people who speak more than one or more than 1 to 2 languages are like better off mental health wise anyways. Just in general at a baseline.
No, it's not to see like how many languages you speak. I don't know, we just want to see how it shows, like if there is anything related to the answers after.
Mm-hmm.
We are curious about if like speaking, I don't know, more than one language can, I don't know.
I think the reason why I think it's important to ask why people speak more than one languages is because they might have spoken a language when they were younger, not used it, and only speak one, or they might still be carrying 2 or more. I feel like somehow we could like drop a little bit of insight without asking like, how many do you speak now? Because they might speak a different language growing up, speak a language now, but they're only carrying like, say they grew up on Spanish because that's their actual language, but now they're only speaking the colonizer's tongue. They're only speaking English now. So they've like moved away from a traditional genetic language to a made up one that causes trauma in the body. Whether we track it as adults or humans or anything, the fact that people have moved away from their genetic languages to a made up one actually causes trauma in the body and the mind. We just don't talk about it culturally yet.
So
But
should
there's
we put a
embodied trauma.
question on how many languages do you speak?
Well, I wonder if it would be insightful to know if people are bilingual at this point. Like, are you currently bilingual? Because you ask a question where it almost alludes to like whether or not someone could be bilingual, but then at the end you don't even know if they are. You basically ask them like, have you had an experience where you could have experienced 2 different languages? And then at the end, like there's no like, but are you still holding that? Like, did you forget it? Did you I guess there's part of me that has a curiosity around like, great, this is what you were initially exposed to, this is what you have now, and then it's like, what are you carrying all together? Like to see the difference between those 2 things.
Yeah.
I'm not always right. You can totally push back. This is just how my brain's like working.
No, I think that's great. I think that's great. Yeah, we first thought it was actually like a thing that came up when me and Anna we were talking about like speaking more than one language and how like sometimes we have one personality speaking in English and one personality speaking in like our natural language.
Yeah, especially when you start to get saucy, right? Sometimes I know that about people. When people get to start get spicy or emotional, when your emotions come into play, you kind of default to your love language, your like most well held and language you're comfortable in, you know?
Yeah, and it's also weird because depending on the mood that I'm in, I speak to myself in English or in Portuguese. Anna, does it happen to you?
Yeah,
Which word
but
is
not
nicer?
but yeah, but not with Portuguese, with Romanian. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same.
I- Like I see
Mm.
I see myself speaking in English like when I don't know, when I'm mad exclusively, I speak to myself in English.
When Morgan gets really excited, they speak in Spanish, and I'm like, homie, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Like, I love you and I love your excitement, but could you translate?
Oh, that's so
We'll
nice.
just keep talking, and all of a sudden it's in Spanish. I'm like, oh, honey, I don't know what you're saying. I was so following, and then you changed it on me. Where are we?
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I
Me
want
too.
to
Me too.
I want to improve my Spanish so bad. I
Morgan
speak a
loves it.
little bit. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Anna? What are your thoughts on it?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I read a study about this, about this is how it's called, two languages, two personalities. And
Hmm.
yeah, it was right. And I don't know what
I'd
I
love
should
to read
think.
that.
Yeah, let me search it.
I think it's like from my point of view, it would be just curious to see the interaction of those questions at the end with the entire questionnaire. So I think we could also add the questions of like how how many languages do you speak?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, how many languages do you currently speak? And then it could just be like a bubble. You just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You like have people like click like a. You just have options to have like a handful, and then people could give like an exact number. Maybe
Okay.
make it up to like 5, and then like maybe it's like 5 plus. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus. You know?
All right. 5 or plus. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. God, I want to read that thing. My brain's like doing backflips right now. I'm like so curious, and then I'm like thinking about Morgan and their excitement. I just answered a question recently. Who are the voices inside your head? And it was one of the most like enriching questions that I've been asked in like the last year and a half. It felt so good to answer it too. So much came from it. I came up with a Tawai model, which is something I completely made up. But it's like the voices in my head. There's a filter and it goes through like 5 different levels before I actually speak my truth to people. Random off topic.
The other question is, are you responsible financially for your family? So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's easy, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So this one, it's like the same thing, but it's asking about the same thing, but we just didn't know each one to choose. We made up both, but we didn't know which one to choose. We like the first one, but I also like the second one. So each one makes more sense.
Mm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I don't know. Mm, what is the approximate? For the wording on that, I think it's what is the approximate average you make? Or it would be what is approximately the, but I think the approximate average is a more cohesive way to use English in that sentence.
The first one?
Yeah, what is the appropriate or what is the approximate average? Mm-hmm. Approximate. I'd just take Lee off there. It's got a yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
See, when I see people who speak different languages write things like that, I wonder what the hell is going on with English. Like, I wonder about our past tense, present tense, the way that we do things before and after in our English. Sometimes I see people in different countries like follow what look like different grammar rules for the ways they're putting words together. And I
Yeah.
think it has something to do with tenses. So I
Yeah.
don't see them as like doing it wrong, but I see it as like that's not the same thing in English. I can tell when it happens. I can kind of see what I think is happening, but I
Mm-hmm.
just kind of see it as like I think that's a different language, like rule mapping as
Yeah.
opposed to like when I'm saying English. Yeah, that always fascinates me. I'm like, what does English do that other languages do differently? I want to know.
Well, you need to study other language then.
Yeah, no, I've been trying. Trust me, it's been what did a year, little over a year ago, I heard Morgan say that we are learning to speak our experiences of marginalization and oppression through the colonizer's tongue. And they were like, I'll let that sink in. And it sunk in so deep. It was like, wow, I've always tried to put to words, like, even from a young age, and I call this like my ancestral DNA. I have this sense of knowing. My body remembers, parts of my minds remember, like, parts of things about culture that has been lost to me. And I'll have these times when I know what it is that I feel. I know everything that I'm trying to express, but I can't find the words for it. It's because my body's lost the language that it knew to express, and it's searching for the words in English. So I find myself in these moments where I'm like, how do I express this? And it's literally the colonization is making it hard for me to express it, because my true way to express it was taken from my like family and genealogy, like over time through oppression. So yeah.
I get it.
Anyways, just imagining that you're speaking through a fake language that was based around our science, like created to divide and separate into other everything. That's what we're talking through. An extractive language. It's intense.
Totally. I totally get it. So should we just go with the first one and take this off?
What is the average of your income contribution to DAOs? What is the approximate average you make contributing to DAOs? Do you want to make that monthly or for
That
that
was
first
another,
question?
yeah, that was another thing.
Yeah, what is the average income? Yeah, those kind of seem like a little bit redundant. They seem like the same thing, and maybe having a time range in there would be helpful. Like,
No, it's the same. It's basically the same questions, but it was wrote in different ways.
got you, got you.
Yeah, it's the same. We just need to choose one of them.
Gotcha.
So I was thinking about doing it monthly because not everybody that's in DAOs are in DAOs for entire year.
Correct. Yeah.
And any change, like I don't know. Sometimes you're paid more than others. I don't know.
What is the average of your income contribution to DAOs?
I think the
I
word
know. Yeah, that.
income sounds better than contributing.
What is the average of your income from contributing to DAOs? From DAO yeah, something from what is the average? Ugh. What is the average monthly takeaway income from DAO contribution? I don't know. Pattern recognition. I'm like, how do these words want to sit?
It's fine. We can leave this too. We can leave it and ask. Um,
What's your average monthly takeaway from DAO contribution? Something like that. What's your monthly average? What's your monthly average income from contributing to DAOs? Or what's your approximate monthly income?
What is
Contribution down. What is your monthly average of income? Average income for the contributions you make to DAOs, or for the contributions you make within the DAOs you're a part of. How do we make that cohesive? What is your monthly average income for the contributions you make to DAOs?
make it out?
Maybe. What is your monthly average income for the contribution to DAOs? For your contribution to DAOs? For your contribution within DAOs? Within the DAOs you're a part of? I don't know. I feel like for some reason the part of thing is. I don't know if that's
What are
overkill.
contributions?
What is your monthly average income for the contributions you make to DAOs or you make within DAOs?
Okay, that sounds good. And this last one, do you consider yourself a spiritual person?
Yeah, multiple choice, like yes, no, or like yes, and I practice alone, or yes, and I practice in community.
Yes, I'm part of a community.
Part of a spiritual community. Because you can say spiritual community without having to say religious, but you mean the same thing. So people can be identifying to religion and spirituality off that sentence without pinging people who might be tender to religion because they think that that's a colonization of spirituality.
But do you want to make a difference of people?
Yeah, I'm part of a
Think,
spiritual community. Yes, I practice solo or just with my family or something like that. I practice.
yes, but I'm not.
Open about it, maybe.
I'm not in a community. I'm not part of a community.
Yes, but I'm not part of a community. Yeah. Again, I'd write spiritual just to delineate. Some people like me with literal brains will literally have a hard time with that thing because they'll be like, but I am a part of a community. And then they won't know how to answer it. That's me. I'll be like, I'm confused. Literal Lucy over here.
Yes, I'm part of a spiritual community. Yes, but I'm not a part of a spiritual community.
And
No, but I was raised in a religion. Make sense?
mm-hmm.
You want to do D? Another no or another yes?
Okay, so we have yes and part of a community. Yes, but I'm not part of a community. No, but I was raised in a relation. my brain just hurts right now. Like,
I want to say like yes. Here. Oh,
but I'm not religious.
but yeah. I don't know. Yes, I'm spiritual.
Do we want to have like the hard, obvious choice for some people to identify with is I'm an atheist?
Yeah, sure.
And then also like a prefer not to answer?
Who is typing with me?
I don't know. Not me. I'm holding my cell phone really close to my
Me.
face to see these tiny words.
Yes, I'm not religious. And I was raised in a religion. See, no, I'm. How do you spell that? Atheist? I don't
What
know.
are you trying to say? What word?
That you just said that like someone that's not spiritual.
Religious? Atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah, ATHIEST. Atheist, atheism. What?
You
I
confuse
feel
me
like
when
I
you
need
type with me.
to I had to Google this one too. A person believed that nothing is known or can be known of the existence of nature or God or anything beyond the material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. We might need to put agnostic as an option too. A person who
Agnostic.
believes that, yeah, a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God or of anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. So basically, a faithless person. That's their standpoint. No shit. Too much science in that person if they can't believe in any sort of like spirituality. They have to see it with their own eyes to believe it. That's sad. That's a wound.
So what's the difference between that and atheist?
I think an atheist doesn't believe in God, but may believe in something superior or I don't know. But it's not God. Right?
Like a supreme force, something. Okay, I'm gonna put agnostic. Agnostic. I don't know. But this one, like the C and E, can be confused. Like, no, but I was raised in a religion, and no, I'm atheist. Can be confused.
Oh, I would not put no, I would write I'm an atheist, I'm agnostic. Those people know what those things are, and we know that that means no. Atheist. Yep. And then so again, atheist is like, I don't believe in God. Agnostic is, I don't believe human beings are capable of even like talking about this stuff because it's not real. Probably is kind of where they're at.
Okay.
You're like, I don't see it in science, so I don't know. So agnostic almost seems like a wounded atheist, like they're missing spirituality. Atheists can still be spiritual.
Does this one still make sense though?
No,
This
but I was raised in a religion. Let's see. Okay, the question again. Do you consider yourself a spiritual person? Yes, I'm part of a spiritual community. Yes, but I'm not part of a spirituality. No, but I was raised in a religion. Oh, do we have yes and I was raised in a religion? So yes, I'm part of a spiritual community. So that's yeah, okay, if that's that one then basically. And now a no, but I was raised in a religion. Those are no. And then we yes, I'm spiritual. I feel like yes, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, and I was raised in a religion needs yes, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, and I was not raised under religion.
So we need like another one, or we need to change this one?
I think we need that whole thing duplicated, but to where it says I was not raised in a religion. So yes, I'm spiritual, I'm religious, and I was raised in a religion. Yes, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, and I was not raised in a religion.
Okay. And what about this one?
No, but I was raised in a religion. No, but I wasn't raised under religion. That might need the same thing to happen to it.
Because
No,
if this person's not a spirit, maybe he's atheist or agnostic. And this person can also be raised in a religion or not.
maybe for this question, you can have people choose all that count. Maybe more than one would be noticeable. Like, please select all that you identify with.
True.
Because you're right. Yeah, you could. So that one should be like a multiple choice question. Like, you can make multiple selections.
Okay. I'm gonna put no. Okay, now we have all the options. Okay, this is long.
Yeah, that's great.
So yes, I'm part of a spiritual community. Yes, but I'm not part of a spiritual community. Yes, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, and I was not raised in a religion. Well, let's do the positive first. So yes, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, and I was raised in a religion. Yes, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, and I was not raised in a religion. No, but I was raised in a religion. No, but I was not raised in a religion. I'm atheist, I'm agnostic. Did we get everybody?
Honestly,
Maybe
my
not.
head hurt.
I'm gonna
I got
put
zero on this one.
I'm gonna put others and let them write if they want to. Just so we have everybody in. I think that's great. I think that's great. I hopefully we can get it done this week. Oh my gosh, I can't wait until we have it done. Every week we pass, we see we have another thing that we need to do. I feel that we get closer, but then we're like, no, we still one thing to do. And I'm like, oh my god.
Well, whittling. That's what you gotta do. You gotta whittle.
A widow? What's that?
Yeah, whittle, like whittling wood when you're like carving a spoon.
Oh,
Whittling, yeah. Listen, it's like it's my approach to life. Holding neurodivergence as like a reality is this like whittling concept. And that perfectionism expects like all or nothing or like productivity, and like a whittling mindset understands like that life happens and you may or may not have spoons and you may or may not have time and etc. And it's just kind of having this more compassion and empathetic like reaction to doing things, whereas it's like when we do a little bit here when we have the spaciousness, it's a little bit more like grounded in the 3 B's, right? Balance, break, and boundaries.
yeah, true. Yeah, but I'm happy where we are in everything we are getting. We didn't talk about the mental health event,
Mm.
but maybe we can talk about it on Wednesday in the coordination call. Basically, we want to create it and make this culture of having this safe space every month. And we are trying to do it the last Thursday of every month. So not this following up one, but the next one, the 28th. And yes, let me write it down here. July 28th. Will probably be the event for this month. Getting together and all that. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming to the call, brainstorming, getting all these ideas for the questionnaire. Hopefully we can put it all up in the platform and run the survey.
Yeah, thank you a lot. Sorry for being so dizzy.
I feel bad that you're feeling that way. Drink
I
some
think
water.
I'm going to sleep soon
Yeah, go to
again.
sleep. You need to drink a lot of water. Make sure you drink water.
I am.
Good.
Okay, so have a
Thank
great day.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you all. Have a great week.
Yes, blessing. You'll have something by me late tonight, which might be like your tomorrow morning, I think, Bianca. But I work late, and I'll have you lists of words. Uh, yeah. So you'll have them.
Yay. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I want to make sure I don't miss them all. Like I said, there's a lot of bias out there. Sometimes when people put these lists together, they have blind spots. They miss things. So I want to hit up a few resources and make sure I get like as much as I can encapsulate in this, because identity is like kind of the biggest thing to people.
Yeah. Thank you for caring about it.
Yeah. I hope you guys both have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
I love
You
it.
too.
Thank you. I see you later. Bye.
thanks.
Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Mhm.